we'll switch our attention to something which seems not to be going away. At least it looks like till the end of the week, it's going to be one of the issues that a lot of people are talking about, and it's got to do with the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party and his running mate. When his running mate was outdoored, he made some comments that a lot of people deem unfortunate, and it's been the talk of town ever since. Let's stay on this. Dr. Asah-Asante is joining us on the phone line. He's director for the Center for European Studies at the University of Ghana. He's also a senior political science lecturer, and we're very happy to have him on board. Doc, good morning. Welcome to the Morning Star.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well, Doc. Thank you very much for joining us on the show this morning. So there has been this ongoing conversation about comments that Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh made when he was outdoored. You know, it's got to do with comparing the achievements of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah to that of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, stating that he has performed better. Yesterday, he met some chiefs, and he indicated that his words are being misconstrued, but he still, insists that President Akufo-Addo has done very well than any president that, this country has seen. What do you make of this posturing that the running mate of Dr. Bawumia has been taking?
Lantam, good morning once again to you and your listeners. I must say that that statement from Dr. Opoku Prempeh was in bad taste. It was wrong, and by all standards, it shouldn't have come at all. Why am I saying this? Look at the ceremony performed on your behalf. It was a ceremony to adore you, and then ginger the base of the people of Ashanti Region. Remember, he was not talking to only NPP folks, but every human being who is interested in the affairs of the state will want to listen to you. So you should have taken advantage and cashed in on that, and then made progress. Listen to the wise counsel the king gave, as always. Gave you a very as to what not to do. And you blew all away with the comments that you made. And then you are in town attacking Kwame Nkrumah. The position was wrong. The statement was totally wrong. And then factually, what he's talking about, the fact that he had done, Nana Akufo-Addo government had done so much in terms of development than Nkrumah, is unhistorical. History doesn't know this. I mean, you cannot. There is no leader in this country who can stand toe-to-toe with Kwame Nkrumah. I challenge that leader to come out. And if you want to talk about the development, we are not talking about looking at a small sector and the things we have done, that is development. It's political, economic, social, and other aspects of what our lives. So put all together, you want to weigh and see whether the contribution of Nana Akufo-Addo can match. The very person he wants to praise, that's Nana Akufo-Addo. He himself would tell him on the quiet that, hey, NAPO, you got it wrong. You can't compare my work to what Kwame Nkrumah. Nkrumah's work, they are not work in transit. They are there for the world to see.
But Doc, is there anything wrong with doing the comparison? Because, I mean, people who defend him have said that this is just an opinion that he had, an opinion that he expressed. So if he's convinced by it, why are we giving him flack for it?
Oh, no. We are talking about the attack on Nkrumah. That's your Kwame Nkrumah to it. That's your Kwame Nkrumah. That is insulting. I mean, nobody can interpret that to mean as it was a very, cool language. It was not meant to insult the conscience of Nkrumah. No, nobody can say that. The few we all understand. We are free speakers. We are not the learners of the language. We know it. And so that was insulting. Very insulting. And that shouldn't come. It's very unfortunate. It shouldn't come from the mouth of a running mate or any human being. No.
In terms of political fortunes for the New Patriotic Party.
If he's talking about the fact that it is also his opinion about his work,
yes,
and all that, Yes, you can give your opinion about something, but if the opinion is wrong, we also are entitled, we have the right to criticize you that is wrong. The works of Nkrumah are there. Compare. Where is he going to compare? Dakoso Dam, a major project, Tema Township and the harbor, the university he, Dr. Opoku Prempeh, attended Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, the trade schools Nkrumah built all over this country, the free education of the North and all that, his political programs, his social programs. Look, if we want to do that, we want to spend the whole day in matching up, listing all of them and talk about it. But we won't waste much time. The literature is there for the world, and if Dr. Prempeh wants to see, it's there. So yes, Nana Akufo-Addo has done his bit, but Nana's record cannot match Kwame Nkrumah. That must be made clear. And he, Nana himself, who is the leader of this government, is aware of that. So Dr. Prempeh, what he's saying, I mean, behind closed doors, Nana would tell him that, hey, you got it wrong.
But in terms of political capital, did NAPO speech take anything away from the NPP in terms of its appeal to its base, to the masses, to consider the ticket?
It was wrong. Strategically, it was totally wrong. Because you want more votes. You want votes. That every vote counts because of the electoral system, the process of electing our leaders. That is just first past the post system. So you obviously want, one single vote will move you from a candidate into an MP or a president. So every vote counts. So you don't want to say certain things that will anger the good people of this country in terms of what votes, so that they don't give you their vote. The CPP people, you think they are going to, you are going to what you have said, you are going to make them happy. You are going to lose vote from there. The other Ghanaians who have seen Nkrumah's work and admire him and all that, if they want to be against you, you can also see expression in that regard. We are saying that tactically it is wrong. It's not a useful tactic at all, the wrong one.
But the entire unveiling that was done, of course, in the Ashanti region, they've chosen someone from the Ashanti region, from Menchiato. They went to Otumfuo. From Otumfuo, they came and then they did the rally. That whole episode in Kumasi, and speaking to them and even telling them that they want 85% of the votes and all of that, was that the right strategy to adopt for the NPP, as in the concept of, what they really wanted to do for the NPP in terms of outdooring their running mates and really rallying their base behind them and being appealing to them?
That was not wrong, because from day one, I have said all the good things about NAPO. I'm sure the records are there to say. And I said that he's the best amongst all those who are competing, because, look, of the factors which time will not allow us to recount them, but all the factors. And they did the same thing by appointing him. And we're saying that if you look at the debate that was held on its honor, it was to ginger the base. Because one of the things that is staring at the face of the MPP is apathy in Volta region. In Ashanti region. Apathy in Ashanti region. And you want to cure that. So you want somebody who can ginger the base. And obviously, an Ashanti, somebody from Ashanti region is a good candidate for that. And you've got the person. So this Daba was just to, introduce him to the people of Ashanti. Remember, the NPP needs 70% a minimum in Ashanti region vote. Once they're able to cross that, they are home and dry. They will win the election. So you want to prevent apathy, and you are getting that candidate who, in addition, come from the palace, right? When the palace is involved, anybody who is an Ashanti, you don't match up that much. Yes, I'm not saying that the palace is going to be part of the elections. The king has never been part of any politics and all that. He has stayed neutral throughout. But you say the person coming from that place, there's an added advantage, right? Because there's a certain advantage you can leverage based on that, and then you move on. So all these things was to just introduce you to this hold of the party, and then all that, and then you scatter the whole program. with this unnecessary comment. It was very unnecessary and unfortunate. And it's needless.
Now, when you take a look at the two running mates of the two major political parties now, we have NAPO and we have Nana Jane of the NDC. Both of them have been education minister before, so there's a track record there that can be compared, among other things. Which one, in your estimation, is more appealing nationally, even to the floating voter who a lot of the political parties would want to really target, apart from their core base?
That's a difficult one. You need to go to the fields and be able to gather information so that you can say for sure that this person has more appeal than the other. Do some qualitative analysis. If you look at in terms of their educational, performance and their backgrounds and all that, NAPO is also a scholar. Nana, a towering personality in education and all that. They have all performed well in education. But if you look at it, Nana has a little edge in education than NAPO, giving the background of Nana, where it's coming from, and all that he did in addition to the ministry and then the university. He stands for in that regard. But if you look at legislation, which is a critical component of governance, NAPO and Paul, because he is a legislator and he's been in parliament at least for 2 terms. He has the experience, and that is, Nana doesn't have that. But if you look at popularity, they are all popular. If you look at where they are coming from, all right, Nana is coming from academia. Nana has also political experience. Remember, he has been taken around the country as a running mate. And then in addition to this, Nana has also, the work he did at the university. When you're managing a university, you are managing virtually the country because it's a microcosm of the country. And so Nana stands, he has a lot of following. Given the fact that he's a woman, gender groups are alive with that decision and they are fine. All right, he can draw people. Remember, he comes from Central Region, which is a swing area, a very critical area in the scheme of things of political decisions in this country. These are all the things that will also make her popular, in addition to the fact that she's a mother and all that. NAPO also, from his background as a medical doctor, his name is also associated with a lot of homes. And then not only that, he has worked with what education ministry, he has worked with all the ministries he has worked with, and household ministries that have something to do with our household, our society, and all that. So popularity can grow from that. He's a true and true party man. So he has that. He's a legislator and all that. So all those quarters they can pick. So in terms of popularity, they are all popular. Yes. Because I've not gone to the field, I'll touch on only these few areas.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Yeah.
And in moving forward, in the aftermath of the unveiling of NAPO and all the negativity that is coming out of it just because of that comment that he made, moving forward, the campaign team, in order to really drum home their message, in order to appeal to the masses and all of that, what should they be doing moving forward? Because there is also this and the opponents of the NPP keep on hammering on it, the perception of an arrogant person among all of that. What should the NPP be doing to get the edge, to get the upper hand?
Yeah, they should manage him in terms of his character traits. He NAPO should do self-introspection and then be able to manage himself well. Aristotle, the greatest of all, gave us something which is worth studying by NAPO, that he has to do what? The unexamined life is not worth living. A human being, worth your salt. You should be able, at a point in time, assess yourself, self-assessment. And when you do that, you can make a comfortable step, a step that will lead you to better heights. I think we should be sober, reflect on this statement, make better his character traits. Because he has I can tell you from where I sit. So he should manage that well. And the party should also manage it well. Because if they leave it open, it will become raw materials for opposition to cash in and use it as what? Materials against the party in their bid to what? Maintain power. That is a fact. So the party himself, and that he himself must be able to manage his character traits. That's all that he needs. And I'm sure he will take it as what a good counsel.
Now, let's switch our attention from the NPP to the NDC, because on Sunday, the former president, John Dramani Mahama, did a meet the press. He outlined his vision. He gave a lot of people the opportunity to ask a lot of questions, journalists, and he answered mostly all the questions that were asked. And it was about a 2-hour question and answer session. From where you sit, how significant would you say that kind of engagement is or was for the NDC and President Mahama and his campaign?
It was a good exercise. Politics is a contest of ideas. You need to have innovative ideas that resonate with people, ideas that make life better for people. All right? So once you have that, and one of it was the style that you use, please come to me, ask any question. For me, it's a very beautiful one, because you want to know what is under your sleeves, what is in your mind, share with us. Remember, the public has the right to know, and it is in your own interest to feed the public with what they want to know through the conveyor belt of the media. So why not use the press, tell them, open yourself up. And if you have nothing to hide, you will be able to do that. If you have something to hide, pray it to subject to you yourself, to opportunity for the press to subject you to critical scrutiny. And that for me was a mark of what a distinguished personality or a politician. That he said, look, I'm here. Subject me to question and answer any question. That was so beautiful and was also brave. And then it speaks volumes of him. And it's a good strategy, and I think I will commend him for that.
Do you think he discharged himself well or creditably with the answers that he was giving to the questions that were put to him?
Obviously, the questions that were put to him, I think he did justice by answering them well. Of course, you can't satisfy everybody, but the little that I listened to, I think they were spot on.
And in moving forward, is it something that you would say that the Dr. Bawumia campaign, for example, should be emulated?
Oh, strategies abound. You need to be innovative and bring more. If you copy somebody, it can also be used as a case against you. So strategies abound. Just set through your mind, be critical in thinking, and a lot of strategies will come. And then you throw them into the system for us to continue. That is the mark of what? A thinker, and then the mark of what? A serious politician. And I'm not sure it's out of reach of the NPP. They have the capacity, and I know they will be able to also come up with something beautiful. All that we want is that people who can really help us to build this country, so that at the end of the day, our problems, if not eliminated, will be minimized.
Now, it seems the battle lines have been drawn. We have the NPP with the full complement of whoever is going to be on their tickets, their MPs. Hello, Doc. Too bad. We seem to have lost Dr. Asah-Asante on the phone line. We'll try and work the line again and get back to him so that we can finish up this conversation. Dr. Asah-Asante is a senior lecturer at the University of Ghana, the Political Science Department. That's where he teaches. Senior Political Science lecturer. He's also the director for the Center for European Studies at the University of Ghana, and he's been speaking to us this morning here on the Morning Star. Much later on, we'll activate the phone line so that you can also have a conversation with us here on the show about all the issues that we've been talking about. There are quite a number of issues that we're also going to touch on here on the Morning Star this morning, including what has been happening in Parliament, with regard to some recruitments into the security services. There's quite a lot that has been going on in Parliament from yesterday in that regard. And the minority walked out on the approval of the Deputy Minister for, or should I say, the approval of the Deputy Trade Minister and Minister of State at the Energy Ministry. So they staged a walkout yesterday. Herbert Krapper and the Deputy Minister Designated for Trade and Industry, Kofi Ahenkra-Marfo. Of course, there were proceedings yesterday looking at the vetting and all of that, and the caucus just decided that they were going to boycott the vetting of the nominees by the Appointments Committee over concerns of a bloated government size. That happened in Parliament yesterday. Also, the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, yesterday directed the Clerk of Parliament to present a copy of the report of the special ad hoc committee set up to investigate the leak tape, the plot by the IGP. Not the plot by the IGP, the plot to oust the IGP. There was a committee that was set up to look into all of this and all, and the committee has done their work, right? So the Speaker of Parliament is telling the committee that they should, it's telling the Clerk of Parliament to make sure that they forward this to President Akufo-Addo. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Doc, we lost you a bit there on the line. Hello, Dr. Asah-Asante.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who am I speaking with?
This is Lantam.
Your call has been put on hold.
Hello?
Please wait. Your call has...
Too bad. We lost Doc there on the line again. Right. So we'll try and get him back on the line. But I was saying that, so the committee's report, right, in Parliament, the committee's report has been done and it has been adopted by Parliament. And the committee's report, it wasn't signed by the chairman. We know that Honorable Samuel Atachia is the chairman. Everybody else signed, that particular report, but the chairman himself decided that he wasn't going to sign because he had certain reservations, and in spite of all of that, Parliament decided that they were going to adopt that particular report. In that particular report, 3 senior officers, COP George Alex Mensah, Superintendent Asari, and Superintendent Emmanuel Eric Jebi, were found to have misconducted themselves, which is a major offense under the police regulations. And it's been recommended that they must be sanctioned in accordance with the police disciplinary procedure. So the report was stood down last week for further consultation after the chairman raised some serious concerns, with the content. Like I was saying, arguing that a key witness, for example, was ignored. But during the debate, after the report returned to the plenary, following an engagement between the speaker and the members of the committee, Samuel Atachia argued. In fact, he urged the House to reject the report, saying that its conclusion was illogical. But at the end of the day, it was adopted, and the Speaker consequently issued a directive for the report to be sent to the President for action, as recommended by the 7-member committee. So we'll engage a few people on that particular subject matter as well. But you're still listening to Starr 103.5 FM. It's a Thursday morning, so let's do a little bit of throwback. Let's listen to this one from Castro from back in the day.